Well, today I'm on my way back home from my training routine, and this is one of the buildings near my house. It's made of bricks, and the story of this house, how it emerged from almost nothing, goes like this. There was a natural reserve of natural gas under the huge pond of clay in this place, and that natural gas, obviously there was a leak, and air and oxygen got into this natural reserve of gas, and it exploded. It exploded under the huge pond. You can call it a lake, with clay, a lot of clay at the bottom. And the explosion was so big and so powerful that clay went completely dry, and it was separated in these bricks, and all the bricks were burned by the fire. And not bricks, those were just pieces of clay, of dry clay, but they all got burnt by the fire produced by that explosion. And all the bricks, when they fell down under the force of gravity, they all took their own position in this building. And also there was not only clay, of course, in that pond, but also some sand and some other minerals, and so part of it formed glass windows. Now, this theory was suggested about 80 years ago, but till recently it was a mystery. Why all the bricks are the same in weight, and they all have the same shape, and the shape itself is you can easily understand why they have this shape, because there was an explosion and it was directed primarily upwards, so there was natural asymmetry in that explosion. That's why all the bricks are asymmetrical. They all are long. They are not cubical. They are not cubic. But on the other hand, that mystery of why they all are the same size, weight, and form remained until recently. Maybe 10 years ago, about 10-15 years ago, there was suggested this theory of inflation. It suggested that after the huge pressure was formed underneath that pond, after first 3 milliseconds after the explosion, it started to inflate. They call it inflate. It started to go at such speed, primarily upwards. So it exploded at such speed that it created almost uniform distribution of pressure and temperature in the process. And that's why, and that was a huge cloud of burning gas, and it was very big, but the pressure and temperature distribution was almost flat. It was uniform. So that's why all the pieces of clay formed equal, almost the same size, weight, and shape bricks. If we want to talk about problems that science faces today in explaining the origin of this building, one of them is that we don't know why they all fell down, not on the top or on the bottom, but they all fell on the side, on the long side. Still, there are some theories. They compete with each other, and some experiments will be held in order to find out which theory is closer to the reality. Of course, you maybe you heard about people who claim that this building was created by some people who built it, and you know, in the name of those people, they took rent for the apartments in this building. They claim that they built this house especially for people. It was not formed by a random explosion, but they built it. They made the bricks themselves and they put them, they arranged everything here. But just look at this building. How can you imagine anyone building it? It was a natural process. Huge explosion, of course, and you can easily understand why they want to hold on to that, I'd say, almost religious belief that this building was created by some company of builders, because they were oppressing people who lived in this building. In the name of that company, they took rent for every apartment. You see, now people, slowly but surely, as science advances, as science develops, they come to understand that that was just a fraud, and they stop paying the rent. So those evil people, they try to frighten us. They say that, oh, if you don't pay the rent, we will call the police, we will call law enforcement, we will, we will throw you on the streets, basically. Which shows that they are not that good, as they say. They say that they are so honest, that's why they want us to pay the rent to those who build this house. But obviously they are the most evil people, those, religious fanatics. Yes, and they are hypocrites because they don't want to pay the rent, but they want us to pay it. So this is a small part about this building. So let's wait for some development in natural sciences, which will explain maybe in the next decade or so why all the bricks fell on their flat and biggest side. That's it for today. Thank you for your attention. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.